Names and Obligations. March 5, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. The world created by nature is unincorporated and actual. In the actual world, we don't have a name, God doesn't write one on our foreheads, and we have an unknown creation day which is, on average, about 9 months before we make our separate appearance on earth. This is our genesis, our true state and beginning. So the correct answer, the truthful answer in court, is that you don't have a name and you don't have a birthday. You do have a day when you were created, but neither you nor anyone else but God knows exactly when that was. Upon our arrival, we enter the corporeal world created by men and are given a name by our parents or other responsible adults. This proper name is corporate but not incorporated. It has a no birthday and a known point of origin known as a place of birth, but it is separate from you, a point that many people miss. A proper name is a convenient utility like a bicycle or a chest of drawers, a thing that belongs to you, if you accept it, and which you can use for many different purposes. This first level of fictionalization is the least understood, in part because people don't understand that their proper name is a fictional thing to begin with. Your proper name can function as a lawful person on the land or as a legal person on the sea. So, when you write or say your name, it is difficult to tell the capacity in which you are acting, especially because sailors can come ashore, and landlubbers can be found on the sea. An important point for Americans is that we are protected under the auspices of our states and our Federation of States while on the land, and, if we are recognizable as Americans, we are protected by Her Elizabeth II and her government while on the high seas and navigable inland waterways. When we are acting on the land, people are supposed to print their names in upper and lower case as we learn to do in grade school, and when acting at sea, we are supposed to sign our names in script, but because we are never taught this or any of the surrounding circumstance, people routinely sign things without being made aware of the implications of the act, which invalidates all signatures that are not specifically and explicitly and knowingly executed at sea and all signs that are not specifically and knowingly executed on the land. Beyond this basic level of fictional personhood, there are actual incorporated entities that we recognize as corporations, which are chartered under Articles of Incorporation, have boards of directors, and are subject to statutory law, codes, and regulations. These are the strawmen used as trademarks of the persons created in the first level of fictionalization. These incorporated entities can assume the character of all manner of incorporated organizations, trusts, foundations, cooperatives, public transmitting utilities, etc. Let me break this down for you. John Albert, your given name. Your copyright. Peterson, your house name, family copyright held by state. John Peterson, lawful person on land, supposed to use printed name as signature. John Peterson, legal person on sea, supposed to use script name as signature. John Albert Peterson, your estate name, patent John Albert Peterson, your estate's probate name, trademark John A. Peterson, your public transmitting utility John Peterson, a pauper who is a member of the Commonwealth Public Charitable Trust. When the same process is applied to a state, this is what you get. Wisconsin, name of the national jurisdiction, sovereign state of the Union, with borders defined by landmarks, populated by people equals state nationals, private persons. Wisconsin, name of the international jurisdiction, state of the Union, with borders defined by survey, patent, populated by people equals lawful, legal persons. The state of Wisconsin, doing business name of Confederate state, an unincorporated but corporate mercantile state, legal, lawful persons, which are MIA since 1865. The state of Wisconsin, doing business name of a British territorial state of state, territorial legal, lawful persons. The state of Wisconsin, doing business name of a municipal state of state, incorporated persons of various kinds, LLCs, trusts, foundations, etc. As you can see, when the Confederate States went missing in the Civil War, the British territorial states of states substituted themselves for our intended American states of states and have been secretively occupying the proverbial catbird seat ever since, while claiming that a national emergency necessitates this. In fact, the states, like Wisconsin, have an unincorporated federation of states known as the United States of America. This original holding company that holds all powers of the states in international jurisdiction is more than competent to receive back and exercise all powers delegated to any confederation of states like the state of Wisconsin, and there really is no national emergency, just like there is no national debt. Because we are never taught any of this, we are incompetents, left unable to decipher the codes being used by the courts to prosecute us, and our signatures have no particular meaning or jurisdiction because we can't possibly know the ins and outs of what we are signing, when, where and in what capacity, or so they think. This circumstance then requires the interjection of a middleman, a lawyer or an attorney, to act for us. This is a position of constructive and actual trust that many attorneys abuse. Putting an end to this state of ignorance and thereby preventing these abuses is job 1. Declaring our proper political status as job 2. Assembling our states as job 3. Assembling our courts to serve the land and soil jurisdiction as job 4, at the state level. Meantime, at the level of the United States of America, we are hard at work to hold certain principles feet first to the fire to obtain relief and remedy that has been owed to the American states and people for over 100 years. Get started filling out and recording the paperwork based on Anna's article number 928 at the americanstatesassembly.net/correct-your-status. Thank you. Please consider making a small donation to help support Anna and the Living Law Firm by visiting the americanstatesassembly.net. Scroll to the bottom and click on the Donate Now button. Thank you.